incredible by the fans and their moving rendition of the national anthem.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone.
We've heard this in 2012 and 2013.
The Edmonton Oilers and the Phoenix Coyotes come to get back, everyone. It is the fourth time this season that the Edmonton Oilers and the Phoenix Coyotes come back. Welcome back, everyone. It is the fourth time this season that the Edmonton Oilers and the Phoenix Coyotes come together. Let's meet the starting goaltender. Brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official copy of the NHL. Ilya Bryzgalov spent 4 years with Phoenix, winning 42 games in the 09-10 season. Now he'll try and beat his old team for the 10th time in his career. And at the other end, 31-year-old Mike Smith got the hook last time these teams played. He gave up 2 goals on 9 shots New Year's Eve. Thomas Rice came on and got the win in relief. Smith was his 10 season. Now he'll try and beat his old team for the 10th time in his career. And at the other end, 10 season. Now he'll try and beat his old team for the 10th time in his career. And at the other end, 31-year-old Mike Smith got the hook last time these teams played. He gave up 2 goals on 9 shots New Year's Eve. Thomas Rice came on and got the win in relief. Smith was in the nets on Wednesday in Calgary. Gave up 3 goals on 26 shots. He has lost 2 straight. 17 victories overall. We are underway. 6-5 times these Pacific Division rivals will come together. The last time was New Year's Eve in Phoenix. The Coyotes won that game by the score of 4-3. They did it in overtime, and that was Randall's show. Yeah, boy, did he ever ratchet it up in that game. And that was before the official announcement of the U.S. Olympic team. Pete Campbell wasn't named to that team, but did he ever have a nice little stretch there against the Oilers? Scored that dynamic overtime goal to win it 4-3. Starting lineups are brought to you by Boston Pizza, your hockey headquarters destination. And we told you that Neil Yakupov is back in the lineup. And the Martin Hanzel is back for the Phoenix Coyotes. Alex Hemsky continues to be out with that sore ankle. But the concern is not that he will miss the Olympics. It looks like he's going to be back soon. We may see him on Sunday against Ashton. Nobody is happier than Luke Gaston, who is a healthy scratch because he's the guy who's got hit. Alex Hemsky, they knocked him out of the lineup. I'm a little worried that he might prevent him from going to the Olympics and representing the Czech Republic. Let's take a look at the keys to the game brought to you by the 2014 Ford Super Duty. It's built Ford. Well, Kevin, for the Edmonton Oilers, it's fresh to the defense of the Phoenix Coyotes. They have a couple of guys back in there, notably Ekman Larson and Yaman, like to line the puck up, get on them early, pressure them, and make sure you're making contact all game long. And for the Coyotes, it's a simple game. Dave Tippett right now hasn't been too happy with the way his team has played. Expects a lot from them, and tonight versus the Oilers, don't play up too much to play their game. Simple game. They have struggled on the road. They have not won in their last 5 games. They're 3-2 away from Jolly.com Arena. Mike Rivero, there was Shane Doan and David Moss. Ryan Smith is with Gagne and Perron on the second line for the Oilers. Perron with the puck now. He and Taylor Hall share the team lead in goals. They've each got 18. Smith will handle it behind the net. He'll give it to Michael Stone. Stone spins to get away from Smith. The Coyotes, second of a 3-game road trip against Western Canadian teams. They'll be in Vancouver on Sunday. The Oilers will be in Vancouver on Monday, and they'll have that game for you. Rob Klinkhammer passes the line, centering pass, and Bryzgalov got a piece of it. Out in front he comes again, and Bryzgalov stops again there. The puck's still alive in the corner, and Keith Yandel picking up where he left off on New Year's Eve. Nobody takes him coming into the net. Great save by Bryzgalov early on. 2 shots for the Coyotes. The Oilers looking for their first shot on Mike Smith's goal since game 1. The Oilers losing 2-1 against Vancouver on Tuesday. The 19th time that this is called in a 1-goal game. Neil Yakupov on the ice right now with Mark Arcabello and Jesse Johansson. Arcabello shot, Smith the save. Johansson looking for the rebound. Arcabello picks it up. He'll play it behind the net. Johansson going after it. Lost it to the veteran Morris, but they get it back again. This is Arcabello with Yakupov in front. Couldn't get that puck to settle down. Yakupov helps out, gets it back to Petrie at the point. Lets the shot fly. Smith the save. Here is Mauritius shot, and that missed the target. Petrie keeps it in. He'll let another shot go. 3 slap shots from the point. 2 by Petrie. Oh, what a save! chaos in the offensive zone.
It's home Olympic but he is in Edmonton.
Tracking down pucks, Kevin, getting back to the blue lines, and a couple of real decent shots with big Joensu in front, being the string. Vadim Barbata gets hammered to the edge by Ryan Jones. Jones, Hendricks, and Gordon on the forward line right now. Gordon throws a hit against David Schlemko. Stone keeps it into the point. His shot doesn't make it through as it hit Boyd Gordon. And Hendricks, second game here. And Westall plays for him. Rivera leaves it for Moss, gets it back again. Slap pass goes wide. Shane Dolan on the near side. Deflected, leaves it for Moss. Around the boards for Rivera. Rivera being blocked by Justin Schultz. Agent Hopkins back down Moss. Moss takes the puck with him. Now everybody goes down. Plays it around to the near side for Rivera. Back to the point. Unable to get to it. And number Chase. Number 4 back into his own zone. He missed 13 games with a hip injury, including that during New Year's Eve. For both Ford and McCullough in the lineup, they weren't there the last time this team's met. Corey Potter with Doug Neverly, the hottest Edmonton Oilers. 3 goals in his last 3 games. Paul checked by McCullough. Bellow trying to keep it in against Bodker. The shots even at 3 apiece. Rory Korpikoski just inside the line. Korpikoski waits for a crowd, then lets it go. A rebound in front for Bodker, but he was taken nicely there by Sam Gagner. He gets up, goes behind the net. Bellow takes it into the boards. Bodker trying to fight him off. Here comes to Gagner. Sam Gagner. A pass for Hall. Taylor Hall. Back to Gagner. Sam Gagner. Sharp angle shot. Smith gobbles it up, and he'll hang on to it.
Nice support down low by Sam Gagner there, and that play will be an option to get the puck out of the defensive zone. Here's a chance by Yandel. Everybody puck watching the defensive zone, and Yandel just sneaks back door right into the slaughter. A good shot away, even a better save by Brizgallo. But here's the shooting gallery down the other end, as you talked about. One shot, sneaks back door right into the slaughter. A good shot away, even a better save by Brizgallo. And here's the shooting gallery down the other end, as you talked about. One shot, to 2 shots, 3 to 3 shots. I like the fact the defensive Edmonton early on screening it in front there, those couple shots.
Smith and Perron. Smith plays it out in front. It's tipped away by Keith Yandel. And it's sent down the ice by Mike Clinton. Pick it up. Switching to Gagner on the near side. Sam Gagner. 3 points in his last 4 games, including the assist. Perron. Pass to Gagner. Just inside the blue line. Goes cross ice and shatters his stick. Ryan Smith looking back door, but his stick let him down. Just a tough spot for a stick to break.
A one-time opportunity. Good vision by Gagner. Gets his head up after he gets his puck. Smith jumps to the hole. And at the absolute most inopportune time, the stick blows up.
Gagner drops it to Yandel. Long shot on Brizgallo. He'll handle it. And he will make the save, get the whistle, and give us a chance to step out.
No score. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup quarterfinal.
Time to play Safeway's $1 Million Score and Win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Mike Milosevich of Edmonton could win $1 million. Shop by the Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
Right here, Gene, there's 13:53 to go in the first period. The shots are even at 4 apiece.
Game 1.
The Oilers
celebratory overtime
defeat the
win.
Phoenix Coyotes for the first time this season. The last time they were here was December 3rd, and the Coyotes won that game by the score of 6-2. Teacher.
Right there, and there's the goal.
Nice support down low by Sam Gagner, and that play will be an option to get the puck out of the defensive zone. Nice support down low by Sam Gagner, and that play will be an option to get the puck out of the defensive zone. Here's a chance by Yandel. Everybody puck watching the defensive zone, and Yandel just sneaks back door right into the slaughter. A good shot away, even a better save by Brizgallo. And here's the shooting gallery down the other end, as you talked about, Kevin. Away, even a better save by Brizgallo. And here's the shooting gallery down the other end, as you talked about, Kevin. 1 shot, leads to 2 shots, leads to 3 shots. I like the fact the defensive Edmonton early on are getting pucks to big Mike Smith. And Jesse Owens doing a good job of screening in front there. Those couple shots by
Petrie and Marincin stay.
Owens doing a good job of screening in front there. Those couple shots by
Petrie and Marincin stay out there. Gagner Smith and Malone. Smith plays it out in front. It's tipped away. Back to the net. And I saw that man is going to pick it up. That's a power. And he just back to Gordon, especially scoring up. Petrie. Got Gervais watching it. Pete's happier than defense offensively, especially scoring goals, trying to get back into the scoring ways. Mike Smith makes a stop. Hendricks gets it back to Gordon.
There's the goal. 1-0 Coyotes.
Or Hendricks has that line created chaos, and now Hendricks with a hit on Tim Kennedy, and Matt Hendricks is going to head to the penalty box, and the line is for Jones. Another chance. Or Hendricks has that line created chaos.
Another goal and another feed. 2-0
Kennedy
for the Coyotes.
Matt Hendricks is going to head to the penalty box, and the Phoenix Coyotes will get the first power by goal.
There's the finish by Jones in front, has one opportunity that he throws. Hendricks has the second opportunity, and there's the finish by Hendricks. And because of the left elbow that he throws out at the end of it, and he just grazes Kennedy. He's lucky he didn't catch him a little bit more hefty with that one. On first look, it looked like it grazes the helmet. So that would have been a nasty hit. But for Hendricks, he plays a nasty game, no question about it. This is why the Edmonton wanted to go get him. He's a physical guy. He does the little things well. He's a penalty killer. And he's not afraid to throw a mean hit from time to time. Something the Oilers need to have a little bit more. Phoenix Coyotes get him. He's a physical guy. He does the little things well. Good penalty killer. He's not afraid to throw a mean hit from time to time. Something the Oilers need to have a little bit more. Phoenix Coyotes, the ninth best power play in the league, goes to work.
With the other goals.
0 for 2 in Calgary, though, on Wednesday. They've scored 3 times and 11 chances against the Oilers this season. Ekman Larson and Yandel at the point. Shot by Larson was intercepted by Petrie and sent down the ice. The Oilers 17th when it comes to killing penalties in the NHL. Phenix and Clark, along with Arcabello and Smith. As Shane Doan goes cross-ice.
And it's been 15 seconds.
Back to the point to Yandel. Yandel will give it to Bodker. Oh, Bodker to Ekman Larson with a wrist shot through traffic. Brizgalov makes the save, and he'll hang on.
Good puck movement here by Phoenix on this power play, and they've had good success. As of late, Kevin, they had a 7-game streak. Sorry, 8-game streak where they had a power play going. Each of those 8 games, they went 0 for 2 against Calgary last game, but they've been red hot on the power play and consistent. You can see why. A couple of good passes, get the shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop down with a couple big bodies in front.
And he scores. It's 3-0.
They've had good
To Bodker. McCall to Phoenix. The wrist shot through traffic.
power play, and they've had good success. As of late, Kevin, they had a 7-game streak. Sorry, 8-game streak where they had a power play going. Each of those 8 games, they went 0 for 2 against Calgary last going. Each of those 8 games, they went 0 for 2 against Calgary last game, but they've been red hot on the power play and consistent. You can see why. A couple of good passes, get the shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop red hot on the power play and consistent. You can see why. A couple of good passes, get the shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop down with a couple of big bodies in front. And consistent. You can see why. A couple of good passes, get the shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop down with a couple of big bodies in front. And it was epic. You can see why. A couple of good passes, get the shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop down with a couple of big bodies in front.
And it was Ekman Larson and Yandel against over here that did a lot of damage in that 6-2 game. Yandel with the puck now. Yandel goes down low, right on in front. Bodker shoots it, knocks it off the corner. Saved by Brizgalov. Yandel, back by Potter, gets it to Oliver Ekman Larson. Larson comes to the near side for Keith Yandel. Yandel drops it down low for Bodker. Bodker goes cross ice, trying to go back forward to Ekman Larson. His shot goes wide. Yandel has to race over, and he can't get to it. 40 goals, as Louis mentioned, in the last 9 games for the Phoenix Coyotes. He don't throws it towards the net. That one dribbles wide as Hunter was providing a big target in front. Going with it now. They'll bounce it back to Yandel at the point. Yandel with a wrist shot through traffic, and that's blocked up there by Corey Potter. The Oilers 11th in the league in blocking shots. Penalty down to 20 seconds. And Brizgalov has seen enough. He will cover up. And a crowd drawn as Dolan for the rebound. Potter wanted to prevent number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal.
Good physical shift by Corey Potter. First separation in the corner with a big hit to launch the puck loose, and then protecting Brizgalov after this puck gets to the net. He gets in there and just blocks everybody out along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets in Shane Doan's grill, a big customer, and Martin Hansel in there as well, too. Two big guys that are going to drive to the front of the net each and every time they're on the ice in the power play for Dave Tippett. And that's the way they want to play, and good job by the defense there to block them out.
3 shots for the Coyotes so far.
Coyotes, and here's Mark Emery.
15 seconds.
Shooting. Turns. He scores. His second goal in the playoffs. 3-1. And the Coyotes are down by 2.
We're getting up. Ryan Schultz doesn't get it over Clifford's stick, and the night of the offensive blue line.
Left to go in the power play. An opportunity for Feta from a sharp angle. Brizgalov slipped over in a wide spread in the corner.
They're on Timmer, and Martin just blocks everybody out along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets in Shane Doan's grill, a big customer, and Martin just have to prove everybody off after the first separation in the corner with a big hit to launch the puck loose, and then protecting Brizgalov after this puck gets to the corner from get big puck loose, and then protecting Brizgalov after this puck gets to the net. He gets in there and just blocks everybody out along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets in Shane Doan's grill, a big customer. In there,
Potter wanted to prevent number 4 up. And a crowd drawn.
Face off. Here's Martin Hansel. He scores 4-1 for the Coyotes.
Anywhere near his goal.
Good physical shift by Corey Potter. First separation in the corner with a big hit to launch the puck loose, and then protecting Brizgalov after this puck gets to the net. He gets in there and just blocks everybody out along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets in Shane Doan's grill, a big customer, and Mark just blocks everybody out along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets into the net. He puck loose, and then protecting Brizgalov after this puck gets to the net. He gets in there and just blocks everybody out along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets in Shane Doan's grill, a big customer, and Martin Hansel in there as well, too. Two big guys are going to drive to the front of the net each and every time they're on the ice in the power play for Dave Tippett. And that's the way they want to play, and good job by the defense to block them out.
3 shots for the Coyotes so far.
Coyotes and after
15 seconds left to go in the power play. An opportunity for Feta from a sharp angle. Brizgalov slid over and made the save.
Couple of real good chances for this power.
Stone throws it towards it. This one goes wide. Shipwell keeps it in. The pending is goal goes over to Matt Hendricks. Hendricks is out of the penalty box. They have 8 shots total. The Oilers 7. Kept in by McCollum. Now Archibald bounces it up to second. Across the line, but they're offside.
This perfectly preserved difficult happening. They have 3 games in hand, but these are crucial games for Phenix in a situation where Edmonton can elevate their game to compete level and make it very difficult for other teams.
McCollum's shot just goes wide of the far post. 9th in the West for the Phoenix Coyotes. Louis, you mentioned it before we started. They've got to catch Dallas as well before they go after Minnesota.
Yeah, it's going to be a grind, no question about it. This is the time for Dave Tippett and the Phoenix Coyotes. They cannot allow too much of a separation to happen right now in the standings.
Smith dribbled it, and coming to get it was Chipchura. Chipchura flips it down the ice. Whitehammer going after it. Good play by Belloff to break that up. Albert plays it to the middle.
Nice reader.
And Chipchura knocked down Nugent Hopkins. And that trip means the Oilers, when we come back,
with 2
on the power
nights.
play. Rogers, Oilers hockey.
The Goals for Heroes program is proudly sponsored by Synovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Synovus will donate $400 to Valor Place Military Family Support House. To date, the Oilers have
Scored 7 goals in the playoffs.
132 goals for a total of $52,800.
$800.
Okay,
Kevin Westlock, Alberta native, Cal Chictura is going to head to the box. Wasn't too happy with the call, and if you watch here, he kind of swings the stick, and Nugent Hopkins falls on his own. So as that stick is going forward from the referee's perspective, he obviously thought he dug the stick in there, but he didn't. And I got to side with him. That was a bad call.
The Oilers were 0 for 1 goal here in the power play against Vancouver on Tuesday. And it's second in the playoffs. They have the 4th most power play goals at home in the NHL. 21 of their 32 with a man advantage have come right here at Retro Place. Nugent Hopkins to Hall. Hall across the blue line. Hall, pass up high. Smith who gets it. For Hall, up over his stick. Goes right to Eberle. Back to Hall. Nugent Hopkins is in front as Hall plays it back to the point. Justin Schultz is there. Schultz to Smith. Quickly to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins sets up, gives it to Hall. Hall being watched there by Halpern. Hall to Nugent Hopkins. Now to Eberle. Fires a shot that is blocked by McCulloch. Eberle gets it back again for Hall. Plays it around the other side. Justin Schultz, though, was on the near side. And the Oilers will have to regroup. Penalty killers for the Coyotes change. They are 16th best on the road in the NHL. But penalty killing has been a problem for the Phoenix Coyotes. They are ranked 26th in the league. In a race for it now. Vermette. Nugent Hopkins prevented a shorthanded chance for number 50.
Quick guy, Vermette, as you saw the speed of Nugent Hopkins there as well. Two guys that can really fly and get going, and Nugent Hopkins has to use his body to separate him from the puck, but a good opportunity to create a defensive play there.
Alice Aikens told us that Yakupov would be on the 4th line, but would get power play time, and he's got it right now. He's got the puck, centering pass for Johansson. Stop by Smith. And some pushing and shoving, and Johansson in there. In the crease, taking on as many white shirts as he can find.
I like seeing the
Stop by Smith. And some pushing and shoving, and Johansson in there, in the crease, taking on as many white shirts as he can find.
I like seeing this. We haven't seen a whole lot of this from Edmonton, crashing the blue paint, so to speak, and staying in there in the battle. And Johansson, a guy that's been in and out of the lineup this year with injuries, also with healthy scratches, wants to stay in the lineup, so he drives the blue paint. I like the battle level here of Neil Yakupov. The beach front go to this puck, outworks him with the stick and gets it to Johansson, heading to the net. And then stay in the battle, making it a difficult night in the opposition has been the message around here for Edmonton Oilers. And a nice play here by Johansson to stay in that blue paint and shove back a little bit.
Perron, Gagne, Yakupov, and Johansson with Justin Schultz, the only defenseman. And you and Jeff Halpern produced with Ricky Olczyk,
Best junior B organization in the world.
They have produced a lot of players.
Oh yeah, they have. It's incredible.
Gar Snow, another guy.
You know, we were kind of talking about the psyche there, and it was you were expected to win. You were a Peloton, you were expected to win, and that was what made the franchise so great back then.
Justin Schultz. This is on for Gagne. He'll leave it there for Yakupov. Ends up to be Perron. And a good stick by the Perron. Get the puck back again for Johansson. He'll play it back to the point. Kept in by Schultz. Penalty is over. Teams and even straight pointers on the move. Opportunity. Yakupov couldn't get that puck to settle down. Jim Chura out of the penalty box. Given a bump there by Johansson at the end of the shift. Forward Coyotes on that power play second unit. Jesse Johansson.
Different look, but same results again for Edmonton. There was 3 different times in that power play they could have one-timed the puck to the net. They elected to stop it first and didn't get any shot through because of the good defending by the Phoenix Coyotes. This is a good shot-blocking team, Phoenix. On the power play, there has to be more of a desire to one-time a puck on net, get it away quickly. There wasn't. 0 for 1.
2 shots generated, but you're right, Louis. We saw more 5-on-5 when we saw Marincin and Petrie fire shots from the point. They fired 3 in one sequence.
It's a mentality. You have to be thinking shot before the puck comes to you. And I think that oftentimes at Edmonton, they're looking for the next pass instead of looking to shoot the puck. And in this league today, the goaltenders, the defenders, too good at seeing the puck and stopping it. And we talked about Halpern a little bit here, the ex-Stratford Peloton, and here watch it just collides in the blue paint with Sam Gagne as he catches him with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross, like it was more of a double-fisted, I don't know what you call that, praying mantis or something. Puts him down in the process. That's some aggressive penalty call.
Jeff Halpern, 37 years old, an undrafted free agent.
Scored 1 goal in the first period in game 1.
By Stone, side by Brizgalov. 11 shots for the Coyotes, 10 for the Oilers. 6.5 minutes to go as Kennedy delivers to Hunter. game 2. Net with one game to knock the Oilers series lead. Schultz, the puck still alive for Schlemko. So back to the point. Kennedy covering, lets a shot going. That doesn't make it through. And look at Everly flying the zone. And the pass gets by and goes right to Smith. And he will play it. Jordan Everly. One off the team lead. He's got 17. And as Gene mentioned off the top of the show, 3 in his last 3.
Kevin, I was talking with goaltending coach for the Oilers, Frederick Chabot. He talked about Smith's ability to play the puck. And tonight, for Edmonton, it's very important for them to put the puck in areas where not only he can't get to it, but where the defensive, the Coyotes have to go back and turn and find it. So little chips into the corner on the forecheck will work effectively in that regard.
Bodker's shot finds the net. Mikhail Bodker is 15.
Currently, is shot finds into the corner on the forecheck to it, where the defensive, the Coyotes have to go back and turn and find it. So little chips into the corner on the forecheck will work effectively in that regard.
Bodker's shot finds the net. 2 saves by Mike Smith. 15th goal of
Smith's ability to play the puck. And tonight, for Edmonton, very effectively along strip. These 4 Edmonton Oilers are those shots. You'd like to see your goaltender come up with a big save early, but for Bodker, the shot, good struggling to find the back of the net as of late, and gets his team on the board early with that one.
Came into this game without a goal in his last 7. Now has 15 as he adds to his career high season. Doesn't get line, spread line, flips it in, and now he will take off. And Mike Ribeiro's line steps over. That includes Doan and Bodker. Johansson checked in the line by Schlemko. Ribeiro sweeps it around the boards, racing after it is Doan, gets cut off by Petrie, but does manage to get it to Ribeiro, who gets it back to the point. Schlemko to the middle, picked off there by Marcabello. Ribeiro just chops it back in. Marishin against Doan. Gets it to Petrie. Petrie under pressure from Bodker and Doan. Bodker with it now. Behind the net, Marcabello back in there helping out. The puck's still alive. To the corner it goes. And now an opportunity for Nail Yakubov to reset. Circles the net and buys himself some real estate. Johansson will give it right back. Lays it to the middle. Gordon snaps a shot. Smith the save. Takes a look at Gordon coming down. Decides to hang on to it. And now Matt Hendricks
in game 2
here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. When we come back.
Well, Kevin, looks like Matt Hendricks is going to pick up the extra penalty here as he went into the scrum and engaged with Kyle Chipchura. It looked like they were going to drop the gloves and go. But for whatever reason, Hendricks looks like he does have the extra. And after this shot by Gordon gets through, Smith covers it up. And we've seen the Oilers kind of converge into the blue paint a little bit. You look at Chipchura, his gloves are off pretty quickly there. So I don't see where the extra one is there. And it might be from not breaking up right away by Hendricks, but they did both kind of dissolve the situation and break up. So I'm not too sure why the extra penalty would be there on the clock. But it will be an extra penalty to Hendricks, and it was a makeup one for that phantom trip we saw on Chipchura.
So it is the second power play for the Phoenix Coyotes.
Oh, he scored!
A go in the first period. Phoenix generated 4 shots in the last man advantage. 3 for 12 now in the season series against the Oilers. Boyd Gordon against Martin Hansel. Gordon 6th in the leagues in faceoffs. He hits another one. Marishin can't get it by Ekman-Larsson, but Boyd Gordon can, but he flipped it into his own bench. So the faceoff will remain in Oiler territory. Boyd Gordon, remember, he got 8 goals as a member of the Phoenix Coyotes. That was a career high. He's got 8 goals now. But the one thing he hasn't done in 8 games against the Phoenix Coyotes is get a point. It's all 8s for number 27. Hanzo gets thrown out. Ribeiro will step in.
So it was a double-minded roughing penalty for Matt Hendricks.
Yandel back into his own zone. He and Ekman-Larsson are on the blue line. Ribeiro along with Hansel and Verbata. Flipped in by Mike Ribeiro. Picked up there by Martin Marishin. Marishin and Petrie, Gordon and Nugent Hopkins. Gordon with an opportunity to get it down the ice, and he splits the defense and sends it deep.
Oh, that was right on the line. That was good footwork right there. by Mike Smith. He may have to go on that battle of the blades. I'll tell you what, that was all that gear, that was tiptoeing the line.
Ribeiro with it now. Ribeiro. Cut there by Arcabella. The Coyotes having trouble gaining the zone. Handel finally shoots it in. Rezgala pushes it into the corner for Petrie. Intercepted by Hansel. Back to Verbata. At the point is Yandel. Yandel to Verbata. Verbata with a wrist shot through traffic. Deflected wide. Hansel behind the net. To Ribeiro in the corner. Mike Ribeiro. Gets it to Hansel right out in front. Verbata scores. Hansel and Verbata click on the power play. It's 2-0. And you can see the chemistry between 11 and 17.
Nice little spin around a back pass by Mike Ribeiro, too. I think it was, unfortunately a bad call on Hendricks for the double minor, but you have to kill it off. And good work down low by Hansel, gets it through. And watch Ribeiro here as he just kind of works his way up. No looker behind the back, right to Hansel, one-timer onto the tape of Verbata, and he zings it home. And as you mentioned before the game, Verbata has struggled as of late to score goals, only 2 in his last 23. And big celebration for him after. You can tell there's a big weight lifted off of his shoulders there as he gives his team a 2-0 lead.
Gets his 12th goal of the season. He came into the game without a goal in 13 games.
Very uncharacteristic of René Verbata, who's been a sniper for the Coyotes the last few years. And you see how effective he can get it away right there in the slot.
Having said that, Louis, he still leads his team in points. He's got 36. So the Oilers find themselves down by 2.
But like anything, Kevin, when you're a scorer and you're not scoring, you're frustrated.
Yep.
So René Verbata this morning was frustrated, wanted to get off the schneid. That's exactly what he just did on the power play. And a big goal for the team.
And his twin back.
He called it.
You see the chemistry, but gets it to 11 and 17.
Nice little spin around.
Verbata click on the power to Hansel. It's 2-0.
Hendricks for the double. Score on your twin back.
Had a strong winner. Takes it 3 to Klinkhammer. To Halpert. Halpert throws it out in front for Moss. 14 shots for the Coyotes, 11 for the Oilers. Potter takes a hit from Klinkhammer as he sends a slow shot into Smith. Left side. He feels more comfortable there, so Corey Potter says, whatever it takes. Potter takes a hit from Klinkhammer as he sends a slow shot into Smith. Takes a hit from Klinkhammer as he sends a slow shot into Smith. 14 shots for the Coyotes, 11 for the Oilers. Klinkhammer to Halpert. Halpert throws it out in front for Moss. Stepping into a shot and scoring.
Up for a 3-0 lead. Because if far backing in, up
seconds does enough and does things well to keep himself in the lead.
No question about it. A valuable defenseman. One of those consistent guys back there. He's a good veteran leader. He has young guys like Ekman Larson again. Go back there now to the most of the offense and optional. Up here, he is one of those good shutdown guys you like to have in your top 4.
He saw that cut on his face, stitches. He got that in practice yesterday, and he was telling us this morning it was an optional. He got cut in optional practice in his 16th year.
Insult to injury.
Hall back to the point. Petrie waiting for it there, throws it towards the net. Opportunity for Hall. He was knocked down, and a penalty coming. And it will be a hook with 35.1 seconds to go in the period as Hall gets up slowly.
If you drive on snow and ice, you don't want all-season tires. You want all-weather tires. Get Nokian's most advanced all-weather tire, the WRG3 at Cal Tire.
Well, Kevin, a good drive here and a nice little shot through, and more importantly, it gets through for Jeff Petrie. Not a bullet, but he gets it down into the danger zone, and Taylor Hall fighting his way to the front of the net. Might get a piece of it en route there with the backhand. He tries to follow up on the rebound, but gets taken down by Michael Stone. And as a result, the Oilers will go back on the power play. So more of that needed by Edmonton. The fact that shot got through number 1, and there was a presence in front.
Great opportunity here as time winds down in the first period. Perron. Gagne. Coyotes. Look at Yoansu in front as Schultz walks the line and gives it to Perron. Right out in front. But Gagne and Yoansu had it go just wide. 14 seconds to go in the period. Schultz again at the blue line. Here comes the one-timer from Yakupov. Smith the save. And Yoansu looking for a rebound.
Boy, nice time on you. He could just
He's in with Eric Morris. Backhands it. Yakupov, good job to keep it in. Gets it to Schultz, looking for that last shot. Goes wide. Gagne trying to get it in front for Gordon. He bang away at it right at the horn. And the Oilers will have power play time when the second period resumes. They'll have a 24. But Jeff Merritt, a lot of guys from the Phoenix Coyotes getting healthy in that first period and ending droughts.
Yes.
I like the fact, I admit, we'll turn 38. Shane each other in the summer, Shuswap Lake, and even because when Shane Doan was debating whether he might leave the Phoenix Coyotes organization because things were rocky, made a phone call to his neighbor across the lake to try and convince him to become an Edmonton Oiler. And for the Oiler fans that aren't happy with that first period of play, think of Shane and don't stop believing that the Oilers might be able to mount a comeback.
Well, you get him over here with the Oilers, Louis and Gene, and you stop him from scoring points against you. 63 on the number of games he's played against the Oilers, and he's come up with 57 points. Speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the power play for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith send that one sailing into the seats.
And he could really play the puck. And that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back.
Mike Larson on the number of games he's played against the Oilers, and he's come up with 30 Oilers, 67 points. And Louis, you pointed out that 9 different guys have points for the Phoenix Coyotes in that first period. The first period is Gene Tuck.
They started pretty well throughout the 3 goals, 3 different players on the sheet.
He scores! What a goal by Taylor Hall! Makes it 4-2!
Each one registered a guy that they started pretty well throughout the 3 goals, 3 different players on each one registered points, and for the Coyotes with a 3-0 lead in the second period, it's just putting the score in the rest. They started pretty well throughout the 3 goals, 3 different players on each one registered points, and for the Coyotes with a
Mike Smith.
And does a good job here. Just
Second goal.
And does a good job here just clearing. He could really play the puck. It's aggressive sailing into the seats.
43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith send that one safe on the power play for the next 43 seconds. Speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the shot puck. Speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the power play scored a fighting goal for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith send that Oilers on the power play for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith send that one sailing into the seats.
Yeah, he could really play the puck, and that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back. And does a good job here just clearing it.
We saw Mike Smith send that one sailing into the seats.
Yeah, he could really play the puck, and that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back.
Send that one sailing into the seats.
Coach's challenge.
Speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the power just like Super Bowl play for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith send that one sailing into the seats.
Yeah, he could really play the puck, and that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be.
The seat for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith. That's on the power play for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Coyotes send
all power plays combined.
that one sailing on the power play for the next 43 seconds. We saw
play the puck.
Smithing pucks. The Oilers on the power play shot pucks. Speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the power play for the next 40.
Doesn't get it over. Things so Carter with Griffin call. Obvious call. And here's the pass. Easy one. Wraps him up. Open hand. Obvious call. And here's a good pass under the stick from Clifford. Started head up the whole way. Puck sits flat, which is key. And that's part of why Clifford was dropped. Good hand. Just trying to get on the forecheck. That's an easy one. Wraps him up. Open hand. Obvious call. And here's a good pass under the stick from Clifford. Started head up the whole way. Puck out to get on the forecheck.
43-second first period.
Wrapped him up overhand.
That's a
Obvious call. Here's a good pass under the stick.
That was all penalties. Here in the playoffs.
Good pass under the stick. As he's trying to get in the short track.
That's a deep tackle.
Obvious call. And here's a good
Shot for the next fourth.
another penalty coming up.
It's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back.
That's an easy one. Wrapped him up. Open.
That's a good shot. That's how effective he can be at playing.
Great opportunity for
Taking it nice and wide. That's how much time. Width in that move.
Michael
Getting
Stone has
right under the ball.
walking penalty.
Taking it nice and wide. You see the amount of width in that move. Getting it up right under the ball from Jeff Carter. Nice finish. Capitalizing off the back. Turnover. Take over. See the amount of width in that move. Getting it up right under the ball from over. Clifford's kind of width in that move. Getting it up right under the ball from Jeff Carter. Nice finish. Capitalizing that move, getting it up. Fine Schultz doesn't get it over. Clifford stick and a nice move, hard pull in the backhand. Taking it nice and wide. You see the amount of width in that move, getting it up right under the ball. Jeff Carter, nice finish. Capitalizing on the back.
Illegal goal. Illegal misconduct. To the goal.
Turnover. This is a clean break for Jeff Carter. Blue line in. And it starts with a turnover here. The offensive blue line Schultz doesn't
The orders up power play. 43 seconds. We saw Fifth send that one sailing into the
Carter.
seats.
Blue line in.
Really play the puck. And that's, it's impressive
Clean
how
break
accurate he can
for
be.
Jeff
He's like a
Carter.
third
Blue
defenseman
line
back.
in. And it starts with a clean
And
break.
does a good job
Jeff
here. Just
Carter.
clearing
Blue
it.
line in. And it starts with a turnover here. The offensive blue line Schultz doesn't get it over.
But I guess it's really up over top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can be at playing it. I think it's impressive.
On the power play. 43 seconds. We saw Mike
Push
Smith
sending away.
send that one sailing.
And does a good pass. And they're just clearing it. It goes impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back. How accurate he can be. He's like a... Well, he can really play the puck. And that's...
Send that one sailing into this game. For the next 43 seconds, we saw Mike Smith send that one sailing into the seats.
He can really play the puck. And that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back.
Take it on the forecheck. That's easy one. Wraps him up. As he tries to get on the forecheck. That's an easy one. Wraps him up. Open hand. Obvious call. And here's a good pass under the stick from Clifford. Trying to head up the whole way. Puck sits flat, which is key. And that's part of why Clifford was brought on that line. Someone to bring up the pace of play with Richards. That's an easy one. Wraps him up. Open hand.
And does a good job here. Just clearing it. It goes over.
And here's a good pass under the stick from Clifford. Trying to head up the whole way. Puck sits flat, which is key.
The bench.
That's part of why Clifford was brought on that line. Someone to bring up the pace of play with Richards is part of drag them into the game a little bit.
Great opportunity for draw. 33 seconds. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for the bench. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. The glass goes over. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game.
Did that go over the glass? I thought that went just the bench, but I guess it did go up over the top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. They put the barrier. It goes over. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. Did that go over the glass? I thought that over. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. Did that go over the glass? I thought that went. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. Did that go over the glass? I thought that went just the bench, but I guess it did go up over the top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's a little too good. The Oilers scored by a goal. Great opportunity.
There were no goals challenged. The context and plays and just putting on the power play. Their point is a good goal.
And Hall sent them to the playoffs. And it's a 4-2. Coyotes lead.
The bench, but I guess it did go up over top of the glass.
And this goal, Louis, just cuts right up the glass.
Right, that's
a save for a goal.
And does a good job here just clearing it. It goes over. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. Did that go over the glass? I thought that went just the bench, but I guess it did go up over top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. He took a booking penalty at the end of the first period. The Oilers have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins up there to take the penalty. He can't be a penalty, but I guess it did go up over top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. He took a booking penalty at the end of the first period. The
Punch right off the mouth.
Oilers have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins opportunity. Just the bench, but it's going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. That's over the glass. I thought that went just the
goal challenge.
At the review of the indoors, coaches challenge prior to the goal. Edmonton penalty to number 14. And Phenix number 18. And Phenix for high 50.
And there's a good job here. Just
Trying to get to the penalty box.
He can't be applying it. The Oilers is 5-on-3. Right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers you're right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Right, that's the glass. I thought that went just the bench, but I guess it did go up over the top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. He took a booking penalty at the end of the first period. The Oilers have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins up. It's how it went just the bench, but I guess it did go up over the top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. But I guess it did go up over the top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. He took a booking penalty at the end of the first period. The Oilers have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins up there to take the draw against Apr. From the draw comes to Michael Stone has left. He took a booking penalty at the end of the first period. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael penalty. And here's the call.
No goaltenders challenge. And there is no goaltenders outside. Therefore, there is a good goal.
Finally, 4-2 Edmonton.
Good job. He's like a third defenseman.
Hall's second goal tonight is in the playoffs.
And there's a decent lead like a third defenseman back. And there's a good job here just clearing. It goes over. He is going to get a penalty. He's going to play a game. Did that go over the glass? I thought that went just the bench, but I guess it did go up over the top of the glass. And you're right. That's how effective he can't be applying it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity. How record he can't be playing it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3.
Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's a little too good. The Oilers will have the Edmonton Oilers. Great opportunity for 43 seconds.
Have a
That's a much
10-minute
time.
power play.
Michael Stone has great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. He's in the booking penalty at the end of the first period. The Oilers have Henry and Nugent Hopkins up the booking. He's got to just the bench. But traffic between the seats. He could, speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the penalty is 5-on-3. Down low, 15.
Puck recovery by Ryan Smith. Little pass down low, back up high. And it's 2 one-timers by Taylor Hall. That one there just obviously doesn't get a hold of it. It looks like it catches the helmet of Mike Smith as it goes by up off the glass and then over top. That's why the face-off will stay to the side here for the Oilers.
Taylor Hall with 4 power play goals on the season. He will sit down. Dale Yakupov and Jesse Yolchin.
It is hard to
and that was a long stage data.
NHL
Everybody in
playoff history.
He's got 7 of them. And they've got a minute 12 to have a 2-1 lead. Back to Yakupov. He's got 4 power play goals. Dale Yakupov being watched by Franco. Back to Gagne. Cross ice for Perron. Yolchin providing the screen in front. Here's Perron. He missed. And if you miss the net, really, this is what happens. Schultz chased back into his own zone. 45 seconds left to go. The delay of 3 penalties from Mike Smith. Hansel and Bravada are approach with the central. Is Derek Morris. He put it off the stick of Justin Schultz and into the seat. Being off to by Edmonton in the offensive zone. The Schultz who mentioned about 6 and 2 on the track. 2 on the other side. 3 runs to the shot in net. That goes around the boards. He gets out of the zone. So if he can score the goal, he's going to step in on the boards. Keep that puck in the zone, but he's a zone. That's right around. So no fault for the Yakupov. Just lost sight of that play of seconds. Just over 4 minutes later. 23 seconds left to go. The third power play of the game for the Edmonton Oilers as Taylor Hall is back on the ice. Schultz. Schultz has stayed out there the whole time. Everything down low. It's set out by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. His power play. Just a soft play there. Smith behind that nobody was really at. As a result, Phenix with an easy out. Smith behind the net, clears it into the corner. Ribeiro goes to an open wing and is picked up there by David Moss. Moss chips it by Marincin. Petrie against Doan. Petrie goes down. Moss has the puck. Moss got Ribeiro in and quickly tips it home.
All the power plays.
In the front of the net and Mike Ribeiro quickly tips against Doan. Petrie goes down. Moss has the puck. Moss got Ribeiro in and quickly tips it home. Moss chips it by Marincin. Petrie against Doan. Petrie chips it by Marincin. Petrie against Doan. Petrie goes down. Moss has the puck. Moss has got Ribeiro in and quickly tips it home. There's early into the corner. Ribeiro goes to an open wing and is picked up there by David Moss. Moss chips it by Marincin. Petrie against Doan. Petrie goes down. Moss has the puck. Moss has got Ribeiro in and quickly tips it home.
Ribeiro's Ribeiro 4-0.
But get an assist. It'll be his 10th or 11th helper. And the Oilers in trouble. Each team has registered 16 shots.
With a 2-minute deficit.
Coyotes who have come up with 4 goals. And another 2 different point getters, so 4 goals. And everybody. The Phoenix Coyotes catching in a team that scored twice in Calgary and losing their 5th straight on the road. Villa ties up his man in the corner. He's still alive. Bodker is knocked down by Belloff, and the Oilers able to get it out. Johansson loses that puck battle with Stone, and then Michael Stone chased back into his own zone. Arcabello watching him. Gave it away. Yakupov with it now to Petrie. Petrie, wrist shot. Hit Johansson. He gets a shot that goes just wide. Arcabello trying to center it. Arcabello Yakubov to Arcabello. Throws it towards the net. Tipped by Petrie. And Smith makes the save. Throws it towards the net. Tipped by Petrie. And Smith makes the save.
This is a replica of the remote that inspired the big win. The original was tragically lost in a couch.
Pick your winners today with Tools.
Well, Kevin, this is all set up by a good forecheck. We talked about one of the keys for Edmonton, pressuring the defense of Phenix. They do just that. As Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover results in a couple really high-quality chances. Good buzz here by Edmonton after getting scored on to make it 4-0. They go right back out, get a couple high-quality chances. And Doug Petrie has the best one right there with a little redirection in front.
Here's Andrew Ferris. He scores! Andrew Ferris! The Oilers are within one! The shot will give it to Silk.
They do set up a good forecheck. We talked about one of the keys for Edmonton, pressuring the defense of Phenix. They do just that. As Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover results in a couple really high-quality chances. Good buzz here by Edmonton after getting scored on to make it 4-0. They go right back out, get a couple high-quality chances. And Doug Petrie has the best one right there with a little redirection in front. But it's good. Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover results in a couple really high-quality chances. Good buzz here by Edmonton after getting scored on to make it 4-0. They go right on. They do just that. As Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover results in a couple really high-quality chances. Good buzz here by Edmonton after getting scored on to make it 4-0. They go right on. They do just that. As Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover pressuring the defense of Phenix. They do just that. As Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover results in a couple really high-quality chances. Good buzz here by Edmonton after getting scored on to make it 4-0. They go right back out, a couple high-quality chances. And Doug Petrie has the best one right there with a little redirection in front.
Marincin makes the shot. Attempted second goal of playoffs. Run off Derek Morris, but Perron recovers. Perron down low. Ryan Smith is there. Right out in front it comes. And it's cleared away by Keith Yandel. The Oilers with a pushback here in the first 5 minutes of the period.
Scored the second goal of this game in front of the net, gets a piece of it for sure. Maybe it gets deflected before that. So here's the shot by McCulloch going through. Definitely changes direction. Right there it is. Rabanovic stretches out the stick and makes the deflection, but slows it down enough that Ruzgalov has an easy save.
Ryan Hopkins wins that draw. Off the board for Edmonton. Gets by him, McCulloch. Dumps it right back in. Knocked down by Petrie. Off the board for Edmonton. Too hard. Multiple games. Is content to send it back into Oiler territory. The Oilers will play Nashville on Sunday. Their first back-to-back. They'll travel to Vancouver for a game on Wednesday. Phoenix will be in Vancouver on Sunday. Phoenix in home to LA on Tuesday.
Should have been playing with Mark Conslow, Taylor Hall.
Hall and Bravada come together. Right out in front, it comes for Hall. Right to Corey Potter, and he'll give it to Eberle. Chip it ahead, and it's going out. 4-0 to score here in Rexall Place.
To score here in Rexall.
The Edmonton Oilers are down to 5 defensemen. Andrew Ferris has left the game with a head injury. He will not return. Played 6 minutes and 9 seconds in that playoff period. Ferris,
Unbelievable comeback.
has 81 shots and has
6-5 overtime win.
His time here with the Oilers, his first year. But he will not return. Again, the Oilers down to 5 defensemen. And an icing call will keep the top line out there with Schultz and Beloff.
Down one man already. And Taylor Hall gets a little shit.
And an An icing call will keep the top line out there with Schultz and Beloff.
Hall's been shaken up here, it looks like, on this play as he goes through and squeaks through the boards because it's Moss that finishes him off. A couple tough shifts in a row for Taylor Hall. I thought he should have drawn a penalty on Mark Hanzo the last time he went through the ice. Maybe just a little frustration on the face of Taylor Hall there.
Nugent Hopkins wins a faceoff against Antoine Vermette. Vermette 10th in the league in draws, but the Coyotes able to keep the puck in. Schultz given a bump there by Korpikoski. Vermette shoves that ahead and touched before Korpikoski could get it because that was gloved. Eberle jumps it in. McCulloch takes a hit from Nugent Hopkins. Comes to the side of the net. Ekman Larsson plays it into the corner. Beloff jumps in, gets it behind the net for Hall to Eberle. His shot up high. Smith makes the save.
Good read there by Smith to recognize that puck and found its way out to Jordan Eberle. Good forecheck once again too, Kevin, by the Oilers to get in aggressively, disrupt the puck, get it loose, and then get it back. And it was Jordan Eberle that gets in aggressively first and then finds himself in a little soft spot into the zone. So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, a little chip by Eberle, go in, get the puck back. A good pinch here by Beloff to keep this puck alive. And watch Eberle just kind of flare out, very similar to the goal he scored last game versus the Vancouver Canucks from that same area. This time, though, Mike Smith doesn't even go down the play, just stands his ground and makes the save.
18 shots for the Oilers, 17 for the Coyotes. Chip Chura, and all power Chip Chura against Mauricio. Chip Chura plays it back to the point. Snow will give it right back to number 24. Now Chip Chura, long shot, doesn't make it through. Schlemko puts it towards the net. Swing and a miss, and then it came back with a bad save. Ryan Smith, the Gagne, and the Oilers start away. Flipped in, but there is Schlemko on the intercept. The Klinkap. His pass intercepted by Mauricio. Now to Ryan Smith, with Gagne going to the front of the net, but there is Stone to break it up. Tough to connect the pass for both teams here with 12 minutes to go in the second period.
No good sticks by the defense and forwards. The Phoenix Coyotes, something they really work on.
Time after the third period. But Schlemko takes it.
Phoenix Coyotes, something they really work on.
Ryan Smith on the intercept. He scored! He scores! Jones over there.
Unbelievable.
As well.
Andrew.
Into the boards. Mike Smith.
And just a couple pieces thrown right up the middle. First little dumping gets picked off by Phoenix. They don't capitalize on this one here by Smith. Just plays it right up the middle and somehow doesn't see Ryan Smith there. This puck bounces right down a little dumping gets picked off by Phoenix. They don't capitalize on this one here by Smith. Just plays it right up the middle and somehow doesn't see Ryan Smith there. This puck bounces right down in the blue paint and as Smith tries to play it, gets steamrolled by Hanzo afterwards. But a good recovery by C. They don't capitalize on this one here by Smith. Just plays it right up the middle and somehow doesn't see Ryan Smith there. This puck bounces right down in the blue paint as Smith doesn't see Ryan Smith there. This puck bounces right down in the blue paint as Smith tries to play it. Don't capitalize on this, but he ties this game up here by Smith. Just plays it right up. But the crossbar really by Smith right here to get enough of this puck. Goblin up over the top of the net. Off the crossbar, rolls down. And Ryan Jones standing there just waiting for that puck to drop down. It took a little bit of time to get there, and that allowed everybody to converge back.
Angelo sitting in the penalty box for roughing at 8:14.
Taylor Hall going to get a assist.
Angelo sitting in the penalty box for roughing at 8:14.
The second period after.
The Oilers get their fourth power play of this game. The Oilers get their fourth power play of this game.
7 minutes left to go in the second period before the end of the Oilers.
Boyd Gordon will take the draw. against Jeff Howie Gordon. Will take the draw. Andrew Ferris has never had a against Jeff Halpin. Take the draw. Against Jeff Halpin. Nugent Hopkins, Hall, Schultz, Everett from the faceoff. Coyotes get control and set down the ice. Mike Smith beat the puck away there, but then an assist on a goal by Rivera. Coyotes will change up. 48 seconds left to go in the penalty to Hansa. As per all things. Fires around the board. McCulloch is there. Phenix McCulloch. Lost it. Gagne trying to get it free for Yakupov. Now it bounces right to Mike Smith, and he hangs on.
Hockey Life, the ultimate hockey megastore.
Louis, it's a good thing I took Mike Smith in the pool because he's got more
Target
forward
for the second.
right
He's going to go in a couple of helpers now this year, and obviously the way he can play the puck, he's the kind of guy that if he does have an open net, he will fire it down the ice and look to score.
This season, pretty accurate. Faced 19 shots so far. Yakupov in 2011 there. Western didn't work. Phenix McCulloch will send it all the way down on Ilya Brizgalov.
He's so good at that play, McCulloch. He's good at picking off little rims around the wall. Once he picks it off, he goes right up the middle with that little wrist of 200 feet down the ice. Such an effective penalty killer. He's done it his whole career. One of the best shot blockers in the National Hockey League as well. Beckler is a defensive guy that can shut things down, but it's just good anticipation. So here you'll watch his play is down. Good little pinch back on Larson. McCulloch's already reading the play. He's already got lots of time to spin. And instead of trying to go around the boards where you know the defender's going to be on the wall, he just rips it right up the ice, right down the pipe.
Telling Mike Smith, that's how you do it.
Yeah, there you go. Not into the glove of Ryan Smith.
Eric Morris will kill the last minutes, seconds of the power play. Hansel's out of the box. And with the man advantage. They were 0 for 4 against Vancouver on Tuesday. And Louis, in 7th-ranked power play, can really be a weapon here at Rexall when they run into some problems in the last couple of games.
It certainly hasn't helped them out too much in the last little while. It's been one of those ongoing issues for the Edmonton Oilers, trying to find that consistency with the man advantage. And a lot of times, you and I have talked about it many times, it just comes down to outworking the opponent. You got one more body over there on the ice, you have to outnumber, you have to support. Let's face it, you got to get the puck to the net on a more regular basis. That one there, around the perimeter, Phenix was able to kill it off relatively easy.
When he's 0 for 4, the man advantage, 7 of their 19 shots have come on the power play. But they have yet to beat Mike Smith, who has 25 career shutout, 1 this year. And this puck will come back down into Coyote territory on good whisk. Tondela throws it towards the net. Smith to save. And he'll hang on. Rogers, Oilers hockey. Dave Tier, still in the playoffs. 1 game to none.
First period of the game, 2-0. It was Derek Morris that steps up after Halpern throws this to the middle. He just follows the play up. And boy, does he ever rip one past Ilya Brizgalov on the one-timer. He's always possessed that great slapper. This made it 3-0. And the Coyotes have not looked back after that goal. They've already made it 4-0 in the second period on Michael Barrow's 13th of the year.
Eric Morris with his 5th goal and 16 points. And the other side of his face has about 6 or 7 stitches in it. And you can see that was practiced yesterday. He got cut. Paying the price in practice, Lee.
And here's Michael Barrow. He scores. It's 5-4.
Here, 3-0. Call off on the one time. He's always possessed that great slapper. This made it 3-0. And the Coyotes have not looked back after that goal. They've already made it 4-0 in the second period on Michael Barrow's 13th of the year.
Eric Morris with his 5th goal and 16 points. And the other side of his face has about 6 or 7 stitches in it. And you can see that point. And the other side of his face has about 6 or 7 stitches in it. And you can see that point. And the other side of his face has about 6 or 7 stitches in it. And you can see that was practiced yesterday. He got cut. Paying the price in practice, Louis, just like you used to. Score on the goal. 823 speaking of goals, the Oilers need one. They've got 20 shots on the Smith. Ryan Smith brings it in against McCulloch. Gets into the corner. Gagne, Perron, and Smith. Out there now. Ekman Larson hit by Perron. Gives it to his team partner. Vinnick McCulloch. Lays it off the boards. Can't get it by Gagne. Smith. Around the boards it goes. Justin Schultz lays it by the net for Smith. On the other side, it's Marincin. To Ryan Smith. Perron parks himself in front. Antoine Vermette trying to get rid of it. Schultz keeps it in. The Oilers going to change it as that one's deflected just wide. Ryan Smith sends Gagne in front. The Oilers with some pressure here. Walker outlets to Korpikoski. And Korpikoski just wants to get a line change in, and he will dump that puck in. Ribeiro's line is out there. Moss and Doan with Mike Ribeiro. Leading the rush. Yakupov chips it in. He'll go after himself. Nail Yakupov. In the corner it goes. Johansson battles with Moss. Shane Doan brings it out. The Oilers will regroup, but it's Jeff Petrie. Fell off to Yakupov. Stone watching Nealon as he delivers a pass to Petrie. Johansson across the blue line. Cutting for the net is Petrie in the backhand to a sharp angle. Smith the save. The puck sat there for a second. Johansson and Yakupov both looking for it, but Mike Smith has it. Johansson and Yakupov, kind of an odd couple, but they both have been pressing the net.
Yeah, they have this little chip in charge by Yakupov before he has to get a puck in deep and get possession once again. Put it in the area to get it back. Nice little give and go here as
and down low. Down. Jones and Gordon line up. Gordon gets down low. They both go down. It is Jones on it.
For Gordon. He scores! We're tied at 5! Boy Gordon, his second goal of the playoffs!
Jones on it.
Jones drives right in front to tie the game in Rexall.
And it's 4-1. Henriksen's third goal of the year. And his first point for the Oilers.
I'm going to signal afterwards to see if this one went off the skate of Hendricks, but nice play off the face-off as Gordon out battles Hansel, and then it's Ryan Jones who just throws it into the blue paint. Now Hendricks drives to the net, and right here it does ricochet off the skate of Hendricks up over top of Mike Smith. This one's going to count as it was not a kicking motion, a redirection. And for Matt Hendricks, it'll be his first goal as an Edmonton Oilers. Right, and for Matt Hendrickson.
Taylor Hall with his second assist in this game.
It'll be his first goal as an Edmonton Oilers. A redirection. And for Matt Henderson to be his motion, dependent a redirection. And for Matt Henderson to be his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler.
Ryan Jones picks up his first assist in 8 games. Getting the Oilers on the board. Jones is in there taking care of business. And Tim Kennedy. Everybody behind the net. Everybody's paired up right now. Here we atmosphere. Listen to this. Serious coming out of it. We'll take a break. Rogers, Oilers, Hockey, right here on the net.
Let's go, Oilers!
As an Oilers spray multi-pack watch on the first goal as an Edmonton Oiler for the Blaine, Minnesota native, Matt Hendricks.
And you know, for Dallas Aikens, one of the things he said he really likes about Hendricks is the fact that he pumps tires on the bench. He comes back, he's getting people worked up after scoring that goal. You can see him in the break coming back and really chatting up the bench, saying, hey, let's get something going here. Let's get a little momentum built here in this second period. He's getting ratcheted up. And one of the things you like about him, he's a competitor. He wants to stay in the moment. He's a physical guy, and here just trying to get the guys elevated, saying, hey, let's chip away at this lead.
His first goal in 21 games. As the Oilers on the board. As the shot to the side by this guy. 5 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the second period.
What the period? 4-1.
Justin Schultz.
It's Oilers
with the top line, along with Corey Potter. Again, the Oilers down to 5 defensemen in the absence of Andrew Phenix. The game with a head injury. He will not return. Evans looks for Nugent Hopkins, broken up there by Phenix McCall. Drops it back for Schultz. He has a barrel all over. Nugent Hopkins bounces that one down the ice.
It just has to be better puck management. One guy cannot disrupt the momentum of your forward motion that much. Mike Ribeiro, good on the forecheck, good on him. Good slash there by Moss going in the forecheck too.
Perron brings it back. David Perron. A shot that goes wide as he got pumped into by Shane Doan. Oops. You take it. I've got it. Shane Doan against Jeff Petrie. Doan behind the net. Petrie checks in, but Fox plays it out for Doan in front. And a good job by Petrie to knock Doan off the puck. Ribeiro back to the point. Derek Morris able to keep it in. Down to the near side. Mike Ribeiro gets there first. Lays it back to Shane Doan. Gagne reaching for it against Ribeiro. To Doan. Hit shot deflected by Moritz and wide. Ryan Smith. That should just get that puck out.
And also a shift depth by that line of Phoenix. Two big guys in Moss and Doan. And the crafty, skilled guy in Mike Ribeiro. Nice little behind the back pass to Doan once again. But a little too much time getting it away. And Moritz was able to get the stick in there.
And how about the play of Jeff Petrie to knock down the captain of the Coyotes?
Yeah, you have to be physical when you're playing against big bodies. You have to push back. And here, good little separation by Petrie first. And then right there, Doan looks like he wants to take it to the net. Good job by Petrie to get the body positioning once again and deny him from doing just that. So good defensive plays by both Petrie and Marincin on that line of Phoenix.
3:52 to go in the second period.
2 to go in the second period. Tie game here in the second period.
Phenix, the goal scorers in this period.
Game 2. Oilers have led the series 1-0.
From the faceoff, won by Apr. Schlemko down low. Trump Engelson is the target. Stone will not be able to keep it in. He'll retreat back towards his own zone. Michael Stone. Chip Stone, Dick Wood. Albert. He gets turned aside and the Oilers start away. Yelitsin, Yakupov, and Arcabello. Stone lays it off the glass. Richard is there. Yelitsin backing him up. Yakupov breaks the stick of Kyle Chipchura. He's going to head to the bench as the Coyotes make a line change. Arcabello in there to help out Richard. Yakupov as well, but here's McCall. Flicks the shot goal. Ekman Larson on the near side. They're pounded by Johansson. He'll give it to Verbata. Verbata to Hansel. Right back to Verbata. Verbata circles the net. Verbata turns with the shot goal. And a good stick there by Arcabello. The pressure by this line of the Phoenix Coyotes. Verbata keeps it in at the line. He'll get it to Hansel. Big Martin Hansel, 6'6", 230 pounds. Tipped by Verbata off the crossbar. Another shot off the bar, this time by Tim Kennedy. The bells are ringing and the Oilers in. McCulloch throws it towards the net. Oilers desperate to try and get this puck out. Going to an opportunity. And he will send it down the ice. And allow a much-needed change.
And he makes the save.
Then you saw what happened. 2 posts ran on the ensuing play. And then it was Yakupov throwing his weight around to turn things around and got that puck out. That's something the team can follow up on. A little more physical, stop reaching for pucks, start taking bodies and separating the man from the puck. It'll make things a lot easier for Edmonton in the defensive zone.
After a good play to keep it in.
Oilers tied to game at 5.
The Oilers
Bears, the team.
send a shift in their zone. Vermette to Bogdan. Bogdan chips it in. And that line gets still off with a minute and a half to go. And that will allow the Oilers to move it out. And it's Schultz with a long pass to Hendricks. Bogdan sticks to Stone. Rivera is to the middle for Gene Doan. David Moss, drop pass intercepted by Hall. His pass in return is picked off by Rivera. Big move from the Doan. Turns, looks for Rivera. That's broken up. Hall's got it now. Away with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hall takes the hit from Sancho. Less than a minute to go in the period. To the middle it goes. Jeff Petrie gathers it up, gets it to Hall. Hall beat for the pass to Nugent-Hopkins. Big move from Nugent-Hopkins. Nice shot in the goal spot. Potter keeps it in on the far side. Everly behind the net. Stone takes him into the boards. Everly shrugs him off, and then Stone runs into Hall, but here's Everly with a shot. Smith got a piece, but Nugent-Hopkins tries to get it in from a sharp angle. Stone around the boards, and that'll come back down on an icing call against the Phoenix Coyotes with 26.5 schemes coming into this one.
Well, it started off with a good backtrack that whole shift. Getting back, breaking up a penalty, chain going, then going on the offensive attack. Such a skilled player.
Here is Stone with a chance. His shot goes wide. 10 seconds to go in the period. Ryan Smith. Chance for one last shot.
Hitting a 4-1 deficit in the first period. The Oilers tied at 3 goals in the second. They tied again.
Oilers just can't help themselves. The side was open.
While the Phoenix have made the second period comeback to tie this game.
Despite the fact the Oilers have outshot the Coyotes through 40, 25-20. It's Rogers Oilers hockey. It's through 40 minutes.
Stanley Cup playoffs and Rogers Oilers hockey on sports.
Still by 3. That is the difference between the visiting and the home team. The scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Court. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers to find your place on our team. And it was one team that did all the scoring in the opening period of play, despite the fact the shots were even. That wasn't the case when it came to goals, but it was the case in period 2 as Matt Hendricks, acquired last week on a Wednesday from the Nashville Predators, who will be the foul. David Moss did something playing on the high school. Moss family.
And, you know, so many of those stories, Louis, of guys that do that kind of thing go unnoticed. And, you know, it's great for Gene to find that out. And, you know, I'm sure David Moss is saying that he's just doing a small part to help that young man. But it does mean something. As we get set for the start of... It does mean something. Small part to help that young man. But David Moss is saying he's just doing a small part to help that young man. It does mean something. As we get set for the start of the third period, the Oilers
Still
down by
tied again. 5.
Matt Hendricks gets his first goal in an Oiler uniform at 13-17 as Gene outlined, and tries to pump up the bench afterwards. We talked about that. That's part of his personality. He starts this third period along with Boyd Gordon and Ryan Jones to pick up his 100th career point and picking up an assist on that goal. McCulloch at the point. He will give it to Ekman-Larsson. Dump it in. Hanzal is there. Hanzal missing the last couple of games due to injury. Reunited with Radim Bravada and playing with Tim Kennedy. Jones on the intercept. Takes it away from Derek Morris. Lets the shot go. Smith the first save of the third period. Jones gets it back again. Gagne plays it back to the point. Anton Belloc. Behind the net it goes. Sam Gagne looking in front for Hendricks. Went off his stick, and he did not get the shot away. End of the shift for him as Yandel brings it in. The Belloc gave him a bump. Schultz gets it out. Mikhail Bakker flips that puck right back in. Justin Schultz played 16 minutes and 15 seconds, or 12 seconds, 6 minutes and 18 seconds of power play time for number 19. David Perron just inside the blue line. Throws it to the opposite corner. Mike Smith took a swing and a miss. Ryan Smith is there. David Perron sweeps it back to the point. Schultz to Marincin. Marincin fakes the shot. Now he'll let it go. Off the stick of Bakker. Bakker trying to get it by Marincin. Smith in there as well. And finally, it is Bakker who works it out to neutralize. What do the Oilers have to do here to work their way back into this game?
What they're doing, they're getting pucks in deep and trying to find shots from every area.
David Perron goes upstairs and scores.
Find shots from every
Work their way back into this game.
What they're doing, they're getting pucks in deep and trying to find shots from every area.
David Perron.
Here we hear Andrew Phenix for the hat trick. He scores! That's a read on the ice. Andrew Phenix, his first Stanley Cup hat trick. And the Oilers came back to lead 6-5 in the third period in game 2.
Kevin, it comes down to just wanting a little bit more. This third period has to be all about getting pucks in deep, all about establishing a shot, having bodies in front, and just battling to get your opportunities. I like the poise by Marincin earlier in this shift on the blue line. He held his ground, kept the pressure on, Perron a fresh body on the ice. Goes out, picks up the puck, and just a dumper poise got for him. And what a move by Perron. You know, Kevin, it comes down to just wanting a little bit more. This third period has to be all about getting pucks in deep, all about establishing a shot, having bodies in front, and just battling to get your opportunities. I like the poise by Marincin earlier in this shift on the blue line. He held his ground, kept the pressure on, Perron a fresh body that he's in front, and just battling to get your opportunities. I like the poise by Marincin earlier in this shift on the blue line. He held his ground, kept the pressure on, Perron a fresh body on the ice. Goes out and get your opportunities. I like the poise by Marincin earlier in this shift on the blue line. He held his ground, kept the pressure on, Perron a fresh body on the ice. Goes out, picks up the puck, and just a dump in one.
Ryan Smith is hit into the box. A trip and fall. Right after the goal, the Kings getting out.
By power off the board.
Ryan Smith trying to get on the forecheck.
It's aggressive. He's trying to help.
And finally, it is
Wraps him up, open hand. Obvious call. And here's a good pass under the stick from Clifford. Carter head up the whole way. Puck
Bodies
sits
on the
flat,
ice.
which is key.
Goes out, picks up
And
the
that's probably
puck.
why Clifford was
And just a
on that
dump
line.
in
Head up.
wide by Potter off the board. It's aggressive zone. He held his ground. I like the poise by Marincin earlier in this shift on the blue line. He held his ground, kept the pressure on. Perron, fresh body on the ice. Goes out, picks up the puck over. As Tapa can't handle it. Top shot on the backhand side over the top of the shoulder. Just a minute into the third period. The Oilers trail by 2. Goals on the season. And more pushing and shoving involving Christian Hawkins in front of the net. And Bentley coming in. To the Coyotes. Smith makes the save. And the Oilers get their 5th power play of the season as Kendall and Nugent Hopkins continue to eyeball each other. Yeah, no question about it. It was interference to begin with, but it was a little jab by Yandel afterwards into the face of Nugent Hopkins. And for Yandel, he's lucky he didn't get a second one here because he got aggressive after knowing that it was going to be a penalty. Right there, comes up with the system to the grill of Ryan Nugent Hopkins and watch him kind of go to work with the stick in front. Should have had a second one right there. The officiating tonight has missed a lot of calls. They made a couple that weren't calls, but they get one on Keith Yandel. And the Oilers now, after scoring a goal, go back on the power play. They're 0 for 4 so far. It hasn't been good enough tonight. It could have been a record. They need to be one now.
Boyd Gordon, Nugent Hopkins, Hall, and Schultz and Eberle. And Gordon wins that draw. Eberle quickly over
The secondary
for Schultz.
assist.
He'll keep it in for Gordon behind the net.
The captain to the hat trick.
Gordon,
His first ever in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
For Justin Schultz. He'll get it back again. Nugent Hopkins cross ice. Here's Eberle coming in. His shot is stopped by Smith. Gordon looking for the rebound.
Oh, he looked away.
Real nice.
Sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
He has scored 5 power play goals this season.
Almost had another one there. Real nice little puck movement here. You know, when you have an aggressive penalty kill, you have to make passes quickly and separate the defense core and find Eberle through the seam once again. He elects not to one time. The puck stops and gets a good shot away, and Mike Smith comes up with a good save.
Oilers with 5 shots already in this third period and 4 good scoring chances, according to our ace statsman, Paul E. Dangerously. There's another shot right off the faceoff. Minute 35 of power play time for the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins goes back to Schultz, takes the shot, shoots it to Hall. Taylor Hall, kept by Schlemko. Korpikoski trying to work it out, can't do it. Good job by Eberle to keep it in as he gets knocked down by a corner for Ben. Schultz, Andrew Federer,
a 3-goal night.
Hall with Gordon down in front.
The 5th player to score 3 goals.
Hall keeps it in. And finally is swept down the ice by Korpikoski. Stickler down there on that package. Good battle level there by Taylor Hall, especially Justin Schultz, who stands his ground on the line and keeps that puck alive. Here's McCullough. And Lou, you pointed this out early, how he stays calm and sends the puck down the ice. David Perron picks it up. Perron with Smith, Gagne, Yakupov, and Schultz. Justin Schultz brings it across himself. Dishes to Perron. Perron against Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Here's McCullough again, and again, it's number 4 who sends it down the ice. With the late support line, Smith in front, thinks the puck's going to turn over, but it's McCullough again with a good defensive play. He was able to put it down. Yakupov off the stick of Alger, gets it back again. Dale Yakupov delivers to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith stops it, gave it away to second period. Smith got the stick there, but they send it to left of the ice. Rush play there by Yakupov. Smith. Ryan Smith looking for the rebound.
It's the save! What a save by Ryan Smith!
Keith Yandel out of the penalty box. Leads the charge for the Coyotes. It's Yandel. Waits, lets a shot go, but off the stick of Corey Hunter. And up into the netting. Well, our next scoring winner, courtesy of Safeway and Ocean Spray Multi-Packs. Piku Swanson of Fort Saskatchewan has won the DVD prize pack from E1. And that is on the goal by David Perron.
Andrew Ferris, leading goal by David Perron. Again, out there in the man advantage afterwards, trying to find a way to get something going on the power play. Open. Start off with to find your another one. They'll not believe it can score. East to Schultz. Big back up. And finally, with the dishes to Mukaba to live the ball. Power play offense bucks this season. And almost had Schultz at goal. That's stuck in. Big back. Just the clock again. This is over. The Coyotes. Harper over. With 32 shot clock, Kevin will go there. I know from the angle down there, but I do believe you always have to start having that seniors mentality when the puck is coming to him. Not once they get it. Jordan Eberle sees that pass from Hall go by him, but Cutter keeps it in. Eberle delivers to Hall on the near side. Nugent Hopkins behind the net. Ryan Nugent Hopkins to Eberle around the boards to Hall. Back up top. Laurentian throws it off the end boards. It sits behind the net. Sletko is there. He'll give it to Doan, and Doan will get it up to center. Laurentian, though, brings it right back in. His pass for Eberle doesn't work. Doan's got an opportunity now. Doan to Sletko. Sletko, hard pass for Butler. He tips it in. The Coyotes want to get fresh bodies on the ice, and they do. Hendricks, Gordon, and Jones up front now for the Oilers. Matt Hendricks brings it in and takes a hit from McCollum. Sheds back. Hendricks throws it towards the net, and a glove save by Mike Smith.
Luxury performance just took on a whole new meaning. Cruise your way to family fun on a 2014 Manitou pontoon boat from Martin Motorsports.
Taylor Hall getting looked at right now to make sure that the blades on his skates are still with an edge.
Getting coached up there by Joey Moss.
Yeah, Moss will give him a few tips.
Arcabello will take this draw. Yoansu and Yakubov are his line mates. Albert won it though, and he got it right to Yandel. Yandel throws it towards Brizgalov. And Ilya's going to hang on to it with Halpern driving the net.
Good job there by Beloff to protect the goaltender. As Halpern, the caging veteran, goes in there trying to stir the pot a little bit.
The Coyotes 2-4-4 in their last 10 on the road. And Halpern going to make things a little bit difficult, but as you mentioned, Beloff just sheds them.
This is the straight arm. Protecting the quarterback there.
Hansel, Verbata, Kennedy out front. Boyd Gordon out there again with Hendricks and Jones. One of the things elected getting the face off. Doan takes it home. The hat trick. Make things a little bit difficult. The Coyotes tied at 6. You mentioned that. And Halpern 2-4-4 in their last 10 on the road. And Halpern will make things a little bit difficult, but as you mentioned, Beloff just sheds them.
This is the straight arm.
Was the 9th player
to protect the quarterback there.
Hansel, Verbata, Kennedy out front. Boyd Gordon out there again with Hendricks and Jones.
One of the things I like about this.
Boyd Gordon out there again with Hendricks and Jones.
One of the things I like about this line of Jones with Hendricks and Gordon is they throw pucks to the net from all areas. You saw Hendricks last shift. Gordon was short back with Jones with loose hand.
Verbata. He gets knocked down. Jones carries on. He's got Petrie with him. Hendricks following up. Here is Jones. His shot. Blocker saved by Mike Smith. Hendricks in the corner. Gets Radim Verbata to Tim Kennedy. Yandel joining the rush as Hansel brings it across the line. Hansel goes cross ice. Gordon is there defensively. Hendricks delivers to Petrie. 13:35 to go here in the third period. The Oilers down by 2. Potter off the board. Takes it in. He is over. Coyotes. Smith tied 1 time to McCullough. Long cross ice pass for Kopakoski. Vermette and Butler are his line mates. Vermette beaten to the puck there by Justin Schultz, who gets it out. McCullough will throw it right back in. by Coyotes. Last win on the road was December the 21st when they were in Ottawa. Morris lays it around the boards. Gagne on the intercept. Derek Morris gets it back again. Mikhail Bakken, who opened the score, will backhanded it to the net. And Koprowski picking up the assist. 14-17 for the first period. Is the time of the opening goal. Long shot by Vermont. Easy save from Brizgala. Hansel to Kennedy. Checked by Marichin. And the puck picked up by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vermont for Hansel. Hansel trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Everly dancing in. Nugent-Hopkins shot. He scores. Jordan Everly with a beautiful setup. He brings Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vermont for Hansel. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vermont for Hansel. Hansel trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Everly by Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vermont. Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vermont for Hansel. Hansel trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Hansel trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Everly brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Hall. He knocked down the one. Here, brings it in. Doan lets that shot go. Glove save by Glove save.
The Coyotes tied at 6
and they come the gap to one.
One game here on the Nets.
Well, by swiping a free club card, Brenda Gaunt of Edmonton won the Garmin Newbie 2597 LMT GPS courtesy of Safeway and Ocean Spray multi-packs, and number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 14th goal of the season. And by swiping a free club card, Brenda Gaunt of Edmonton won the Garmin Newbie 2597 and 4th career against the Phenix Coyotes. Chip Chura on the near side, being watched by Nugent-Hopkins. Chip Chura to Halper, chops it into the corner. Klinkhammer going after it against Beloff. Halper keeps it in for Chip Chura. Yakupov reaches for it. Yandel throws it into the opposite corner. Taylor Hall takes the look. Hall to Beloff. Beloff lost it to Halper. Got it back again though. Schultz to Hall. Losing his balance. And Yandel chopped it up to center. The Coyotes, their 23rd one-goal game. They lost by one on Wednesday in Calgary. They are 11-2-9 in games decided by just one goal. Outside at the Coyote blue line. Matt Henrich talked about this Coyotes team being a little bit fragile. The Oilers with life in this third period. David Perron, a minute 50 in, and then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at the 7:50 mark. An assist
To Charles, it tips it home. It's 7-6.
about outside at the Coyote blue line.
Now to Chura.
Matt Henrich
Making his first
talked about this
playoff goal.
Coyotes team being a little bit fragile.
Short-handed.
Matt Henrich talked about this Coyotes team being a little bit fragile. The Oilers with life in this third period.
6 Coyotes.
David Perron, a
The goal
minute 50 in,
by Kyle
and then
Tuchel.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at the 7:50 mark. An assist to Jordan Everly.
Yeah, we were talking about Matt Henrich, the fact that he recognized this quality team might be a little bit fragile coming in here. They get up to a 4-0 lead, but it was him that scored his first as an Oiler to make it 4-1, gets the bench pumped up. And they've come out in this third period to score 2 goals to claw back to within 1 here in this game. The team in the Phoenix Coyotes, when you look at the record over the last 3 regulation games, 7 losses, they've been struggling to find points. They're tightened up here in the fourth. 22nd ranked team on the road. They have lost 5 straight away from home. David Moss to the middle it goes. Back Rivera. Rivera delivers to Ekman Larson. He gets stopped by Corey Potter. Gets the puck back again for David Moss. David Moss down low for Rivera. Rivera trying to shake off Justin Schultz. Doan comes in and gets the puck. He'll give it to Moss. Moss gets knocked down by Potter. And Potter gets the puck to Ryan Smith. There's a good defensive play down the roll up. Justin Schultz not to try and go one way or the other. Hector Rivera is a real shifty customer on the ice. Making a pass. Oh, Aguilera, the shot. Smith the save and he'll cover up. Cover up.
Still didn't get the goal.
Hit him to Paul Nani. You got to walk around way to top. The stunning. Stick with the streak. He scores a big goal. Right before he went to Trevor, had a little bit of time to kind of look to see where he wanted to shoot it to. Good glove hand save by Mike Smith. Didn't catch it, but was able to block it with the glove right before he went to break. Coyotes with just 2 shots in this third period. The Oilers 36. The Coyotes 22. Nugent Hopkins wins that draw. Justin Schultz at the point. Everly checked by Derek Morris. Derek Morris now has to deal with Nugent Hopkins, but he gets the puck over back. Maritza, the big player to score 2 goals. Gets by Yandel. Hall with a shot. And that one comes all the way back down in Oiler territory. So Taylor Hall can really zinging off that left-hand side, and I don't think we'll see enough of that from him. I don't think he realizes how hard his shot is to read for goaltenders. That was pretty wide angle, but Mike Smith, I don't even think reacted, just hit him on that wrister by Hall. Taylor Hall leads the team in shots, came in with 145. Now, you know they say you want to score goals, you have to shoot the puck. And for Mike Smith, he's been real good in this game when he's been able to see the puck. And that one there just in the right position to make the save on that shot by Taylor Hall. He got chased early. And that game we did New Year's Eve. Gave up 2 goals on 9 shots. It was Thomas Weiss who came on in relief and won that game. That game went to overtime. Smith with it now. He'll give it to Jeff Petrie. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go in regulation time.
Regulation time in game 2. 7-6. Coyotes lead.
Takes a look. Gives it to Bodger. Bodger. Hassled by Everly. Ekman Larson, long shot. Brizgalov makes the save. Potter's got it. Corey Potter off the referee. Stepping into the shot is Halpern, but there is Brizgalov to make the save and get the whistle. And a little bit of panic there by Corey Potter when he picks this puck up. And, you know, for Brizgalov, I think he wanted to glove this one down, hold on to it, but it drops down in front of Potter. And if you watch him kind of go to the backhand side, put it around the boards, takes a funny hop and comes right out into the skates of Neil Yakupov, isn't controlled. The big hard shot through, and Brizgalov comes up with a good save in tight. Alpert against Boyd Gordon wins the draw. Back to Derek Morris. Derek Morris with a backhand. Opportunity now for Klinkhammer to put it wide. Jones. Morris! And that one just he made the save. Ryan Jones would love to have that one back. Yanda takes the shot, and there is Jones.
Just a shot! And he delivers right off the bench! Jones moving in! Oh, 3 saves by Mike Smith! This has been an amazing performance by Mike Smith!
I just see a toe drag from Ryan Jones. What a move by him down the right-hand side. As you mentioned, kind of wanted to make a pass to the middle. It gets away from, turns the puck over. Great second effort by him to stay in the battle as it goes out. Slides, gets the stick out there, and gets the wheels going. And a chip through to Hendricks with some speed. But watch this move by Jones. Little dangle. Looks like Ryan Nugent Hopkins there as he finds Gordon late for the one-time shot. A big save again by Mike Smith. And it looks like the Phoenix Coyotes, Hendricks talked about them being fragile,
We're trying to look for a
Playing a nervous game right now. Trying to hang on to a one-goal lead. And the Oilers send their top line over the boards.
Game 2.
Makes a shot go deflected. By
Makes the shot go.
Held his ground.
He makes the save.
Works it out.
By Mike Smith.
Schultz was down low. Ekman Larson. Keep it in. It does. And now it comes out to center.
Backers in the hole.
As the Oilers bring it right back.
Oh, he made the save. It was another save. What a shot.
Coming back. He wants to get off. They'll dump it in. Rivera. Goal and Moss. Think they're now. It's remarkable, Kevin, when you put the second efforts into the Dallas. You see a top line going after a real good shift by the Hendricks Jones Gordon line. They go out there, they stay in the tower, they win those loose puck battles, and they're able to keep the puck in the offensive zone for a good chunk of time. Demoff had his stick broken.
Yakupov. Oh, what a shot by Neil Yakupov.
And his stone stick was broke.
6 minutes left to go in regulation time. 7-6. Leading for Coyotes.
Rivera plays it off the board. Able to keep it in. Arcanello with a backhand, and that is blocked by Schlemko. Perron against Stone. And David Perron out of the corner. Perron.
Second one. He gets his first goal to pass. Sends it. Oh, what a game made this. Another save.
4 seconds left to go in regulation.
5 minutes left in regulation time.
Stone beats it in the corner.
7-6 for the Coyotes. Oilers. The Coyotes have trouble to make it a 8-7 game. This is not 30 years ago. 30 years of the Stanley Cup champion.
Across the blue line.
Celebrating.
This is off for Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Blocks that.
Wayne Gretzky.
Anderson. Keep it in for Kennedy.
Mario Lemieux. Andy Moe.
Hansa. To Verbata. Over Stevens. Schultz plays it around the board.
Oh, what a save.
On the far side.
Oh, he really gets through. Oh! What he saved.
With a stick of Shane Doty's save. A rebound clear. Trapped down. Tipped by Kennedy. A broken stick of Shane Doty's.
Incredible performance and a shot.
You know, anything can happen in this game. You pop one early here in the third. Next thing you know, we got them on their heels, and anything can happen.
Kevin, that was the words of Matt Hendricks in the
Oilers had
second
trouble.
intermission. Eugene Principe and Boyle.
Tying at 6.
David Perron comes out early, goes to the
Tying the game
backhand,
4
scores a goal
times.
to make it 4-2. And then David words of Matt Hendricks in the third. Second intermission, Eugene Principe and Boyle. Things other happen. David Perron comes out early, goes to the backhand, scores a goal to make it 4-2. And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins after some nice tackling by Eberle makes it 4-3. And the Oilers have really pushed back on these Coyotes in this third.
4 minutes, 58 seconds.
They could really push Hopkins after some nice tackling by Eberle makes it 4-3. And the Oilers have really pushed back on these Coyotes in this third.
4 minutes, 58 seconds to go. The Oilers 37 shots. The Coyotes 27. Hansel wins the draw. Ekman Larson. His shot goes wide. Justin Schultz lays it around the boards. Nugent Hopkins going for it. Gets in there by Ekman Larson. Checked by Kennedy. Justin Schultz will bring it up. And now in the building. Works it out. The Oilers get there.
The Oilers will get there. Just right off the building. Here is Michael Giovanna. Giovanna to safety. And he does.
Coyotes change. Nugent Hopkins across the blue line with Hall. Here's Taylor Hall with a wrist shot. Hopkins looking for the rebound.
Oh, what a save.
Our game review is brought to you by The Brick. The review is winter furniture, mattresses, appliances, and Bigger Green TV.
Close all Coyotes for the first half of this game as they get off to a 4-0 lead. Matt Hendricks gets things started for the Edmonton Oilers with his first goals in Edmonton Oilers. 3 unanswered goals by the Edmonton Oilers have made this a hockey game, out-shooting Phenix 38-27 now, Kevin. And another good chance down the left-hand side you just saw there by Taylor Hall, who's really stepped it up a notch in this third.
Five players have 2 multi-goals.
Stole the pass from Potter.
He made the save.
That was picked up now by
2.5 minutes left to go into regulation time.
Flips it in. Smith giving chase against McCall. McCall takes it over the the boards. And there's Perron for Gagne. Comes back to Butker. Now Kovacevic leads the rush for the Coyotes. He'll chip it in. Peel off.
3 minutes left in regulation time. 7-6 Oilers lead. Game 2. 1-9 Oilers series lead.
Ties up with Arcabello. Yakupov. To the middle for Jones. Jones with Yakupov.
He saved the goal.
Able to push it out.
20 saves.
Justin Schultz right there to get it to Jones. Yakupov clears the zone. Never let a shot go. Then goes off Derek Morris. Albert off the boards and down the ice. Is this going to be icing? No. The Coyotes make a change for the Oilers. Justin Schultz picks it up. The Oilers get their top line right back out there. Here comes Schultz. He'll chip and change.
Chanting, let's go Oilers. Hearing this one time in the 5. Oilers will try to get trouble with, and then the Coyotes will look for a series tie in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Schultz. To Morency. Morency under pressure there from Phenix. That does get the puck to Corey Vaughn. Morency's really played a solid game here. He's on pace for a career high ice time. With Ferentz going out the first period, he's had to play 4 minutes. He's stepped up. Seems like he stays calm. Really good so far. Antoine Beloff are up there now as the pass is behind David Perron. Morris to Vermette. Antoine Vermette across the blue line. Takes the hit from Beloff. Kropotowski. Backer. Jordan. Backer. Behind the net. Beloff.
2.5 minutes left to go in regulation time.
The boards for Gagne. Gets it back to Smith, who send a short pass to Perron, fires it in. Less than a few minutes to go in regulation time.
To go in regulation time. 7-6 Coyotes lead.
Spin back then on the tape out of the zone. There's Golov. Hangs onto the shot from the angle.
If you're looking for commercial insurance or risk management services, contact us to see what the power of insight can do for you.
Game 2 in Rexall Place.
On the road. And this one is not going to be easy. They thought it was going to be
Tying this game at 7.
I'll tell you, they were in total control. What a difference a period can make to play.
What a difference a play makes.
The Oilers looked deflated in the second period after the fourth goal was scored by Michael Barrow and a deflection off the blocker of Brizgalov. But then that goal by Matt Hendricks kind of turned things around, started to get the flow going. He pumped the bench up. And they get 2 quick ones in the third period early here to make this a game and have kept the charge going. Boy Gordon chips it down the ice.
Coyotes lead. 2 minutes left in regulation time.
Moss to Dolan with Apr. That one goes off the net, and they get a whistle.
He's had 7 chances to tie this game.
Nullify that chance to get to the middle by Shane Doan. He's always so strong on his stick. He's a big body, and nice to see him back in the lineup. Kevin, we talked about him missing the 12 games with that Rocky Mountain spotted fever that he developed. It says he's feeling a little bit of pain here and there, but it's hard to keep him going. It's a beast. Let me just tell you, Louis, he was at the optimal practice yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't get off the ice. Kind of lets you know how his work ethic is. Nice to see him back over. Angel wins the draw. McCollum from the point. Here's Michael Barrow. He lets it go for him.
He lets it go. Romero! Oh, what a save by Mike Smith! 30 saves of the game!
That's in trouble. Everly carries on.
Here's Taylor Hall.
The net is empty.
Wired! And he makes the save! Wow! What a performance!
Verbata. Lost it to Nugent Hopkins, gets it back again. Raheem Barrett takes his time.
Hopkins is blocked, and it's shot.
Near the side, Hansel let the shot go. 54 seconds to go. The Oilers need to lead the rush. Shot go. 54 seconds to go. The Oilers
54 seconds to go. 7-6 Coyotes lead. Here it is. Oh! Taylor Hall to center the nation. Deflects it right off the net.
Nugent Hopkins in the face with a puck.
Here Taylor Hall. Score!
Oh, that's where it is.
Stand out.
Oilers trying to make it to seal the deal. Just out questions. Flips it high. The race is on.
Taylor just made the huge save. 32 seconds left.
Flips it high. The
Here's
race is on.
up and just save it right on the building. Here's Taylor Hall with 24 seconds left.
As hard as he could go there. 1 second left.
Just
On the face
right
of
off the
Hall. Reaches to Ekman Larson.
Hall, 15 seconds left. Here's Taylor Hall trying to tie this game. 7 seconds left. The Coyotes will seal the deal. This one, oh, what a save. The Coyotes tied the series. 1 game to go.
In there as well.
There as well. 2 seconds left.
Sit around the boards. Emily.
He stopped it.
Rising. But the final score, controlled by Smith on the board.
Oh, here he is. Face off. Oh, what a save to win the hockey game. The Coyotes win this one. 7-6, the final score. Shane Doan.
But the final
And
score,
Andrew Ferentz with a loss for the hat trick.
The Oilers 3. But the Hall
series
still wants an explanation as to why for the icing. But the final score,
The crowd is firing up.
Coyotes 5, there was no icing. But the
And
final
what a
score,
comeback has been.
Coyotes 5, there was no icing. But the final score,
This is
Coyotes 5, there was no icing. But the final score leads control by Smith, second over it. Icing. But the final
Lead
score
4-1 in the first.
Coyotes
Ties the game for the Oilers in the
3.
in the
The
second.
Oilers have now scored leads.
And then the
Coyotes 4
comeback.
was no icing.
And now
But the final score leads.
third comeback
Coyotes 4,
shutouts.
no icing.
Mike Smith
But
gets
the
the
final
victory.
score leads.
32 saves.
Coyotes 4, the icing.
The final score,
But the
Coyotes
final
7,
score leads.
Edmonton Oilers 6.
Coyotes 4,
Game
the Oilers
2.
3. The Oilers have now lost
And the Oilers
6
have
games in a row.
lost and tied the series for
The Oilers 3.
for the Phenix
Taylor Hall
Coyotes.
still wants
And
an
going to
explanation as
Arizona.
to why there was no
For game
icing. But the final loss leads